Merry Christmas, everyone! And mass love shout to everyone that's around the world. So, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are in the world. And we're welcoming you and Zir. Mass love shout to Zir. Yo, yo, Merry Christmas. If it's your birthday today, massive love shout to Trisha. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Prince Williams, his birthday is also today. Massive love shout to Prince. Trisha's was yesterday. What we say, happy birthday to her. And Alicia, is it Alicia? Or my my great granddaughter. Massive shout to her. Because her birthday was today. There is today. So for those having an anniversary, happy anniversary. So happy anniversary to you if you're having an anniversary. Massive shout to you. And of course, it's right around that Christmas time of the year. Will we be hosting? I haven't hosted in a few days. Sorry about that, guys. But I've been helping my mom move, helping friends move. So that's why I haven't been on. Young. Zir. Very young. 5'5". Yeah. Not 10, but 5'5". Anyway. So you have an idea of how old I am, Zir. So welcome to the channel. If you haven't been here before, make sure you like and subscribe. And of course, like Zir, comment and leave a comment, would you? Don't forget to hit the heart button and like if you like the content. Well, thank you, Zir. That's awesome. My son's 15, by the way. He just turned 16. Cody in the house. Merry Christmas. Yes, Merry Christmas. Jingle, jingle all the way. So what do we got for news tonight? Well, we are moving upward. If you haven't noticed, Bitcoin's gone up over 89,000, which is headed toward 90,000. Ethereum is making some real positive headway with a 31,000 potential hit on the stochastics. So if you look at the charts, you'll see it almost hits 31,000. And I think it breached 31,000 this morning or this afternoon. We'll just confirm it. Yeah, 3,018 right now. Hold on to your party hats because this is old news. Okay. Oh no, it went down to 29.96. So massive, Cody. Love the setup. Yeah, the snowman in the back. It's awesome. Thanks, Cody, for coming to the channel. Absolutely love it. We have a fear and greed index at 29 for the entire cryptocurrencies, of course. And we do have some massive influencers bashing SHIB, which is what's going on right now. Saying that SHIB is dead on X. Thanks, Cody. How much money in the bank? Well, right now, RAJ, M7Y, RAJ. Massive love shout out to you. Hello, Doc Oz. Massive love shout out to Alien. Alienated? Why are you so alienated? Ball Cap in the house. Massive love shout out to Ball Cap. And thanks, Cody, for mentioning how great this site is. Absolutely love it. How much money in the bank? Well, just like it. Well, we talk about everything crypto, but we do it differently than everybody else because we only cover SHIB TV live stream. So for people who don't know what SHIB live TV is, it's actually an educational tool to prepare you for the future because this is SHIB is the future. But you have to read everything on the website to understand that. To go over everything all over again, like Zier and Ballcap have already heard many times, and they kept telling me that, oh, your channels sound just the same as if you were to come into the last channel and read and go through the whole thing. You'll this exact same pattern, same setup every time. If you want, you can go through the simulations. If you haven't gone through the simulations, tell me how they are. So they're on the website, and it's going to be in the link in the description once I'm done here, because I don't add it. Excellent, ball cap. Good to hear. Yeah, I had my teeth done today, so my mouth is still frozen. Year-old girl. I don't get that a lot, eh? MG. So for all those that know, I am married. Sorry, Ramji. M7Y. So if you want news on SHIB, we got a lot of news for you, because I haven't covered SHIB in a long time. Alienated scam. No, that's what the influencers saying. They're saying it's a hoax, scam. They're saying all kinds of proverbial things about SHIB. But you got to remember that people are trying to what? Influence. I am real. There you go. You got Netflix for a month for free? Ball cap? Drew! Massive shout to Drew. I'm a little over 40, Drew. Yeah, alienate. That's exactly what they do. And why are they doing it? So you have to ask yourself, why are they doing it? Because either they're shorting it, because anyone that wants it going down will say bad things about it, so they can buy more. Is SHIB dead? Well, first of all, SHIB is well under a penny. Okay, for everybody that doesn't know what that means, it also means that we are reducing the circulating supply of SHIB anywhere from anyone in anywhere in the world. So that's a very positive sign, right? Very positivity. So if anyone knows Mickey Mantle, anyone know Mickey Mantle cards, rookie cards? How about Bobby Hall? Bobby Hall rookie cards. What about Bobby Orr, his rookie card? Okay. What's the similarities between SHIB and Mickey Mantle? Mickey Mantle was in the United States only in 1952, the rookie card. Now that rookie card sells for over $12.9 million. That's what it's worth today. So if anyone knows what that means, Xavier 67. Xavier, hello, and how are you? And thanks for coming to the channel. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel when you can. Killaski? Guy. No, do you see anyone happy here? We're all supposed to be happy, right? We're all invested in SHIB. We're dollar cost averaging down. Everybody that's here is dollar cost averaging down. You should be. And how should you treat it? Now, this isn't a suggestion. This is just an observation, right? Ramji, I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. That's where we're hosting this event from. So, without further ado, we're going to get into tonight's topic of conversation, because I know everybody wants to talk about SHIB. Those are high grade cards. That's right. Those are the high grade cards. Well, realistically, 1952, you had to look after it very, very carefully. It's over 70 years old, so, or yeah, roughly around 70 years old. So you have to look after those cards, those that are still in circulation. Now, with SHIB, it's a global phenomenon, not a United States phenomenon. Just like Bobby Hall. Bobby Hall is a great thing for Canada and the US, but majority of the founders that look at it are in Canada, right? We do have a lot of collectors in the United States looking at it. Merry Christmas, Imperfect. Noah, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to every single person that comes in. Absolutely love you all coming in and sharing. That's fantastic. Thanks, Cody. Really appreciate that. Thumbs up to Cody. Absolutely love it, Cody. Over the past weeks, Shiba Inu has had remained a consolidation phase amid broader crypto markets. I know that this is probably pretty much, no crap. Captain Obvious. With no major breakthrough but resistance whale activity and mix. So whales have been adding to their bags. And then they're taking that money, or SHIB, and putting it onto M7Y. We are all immigrants into Canada. Okay, over 200 years ago. So 200 years ago, the England invaded Canada, but the French were already here. So we had to share, and we formed a company called the Hudson Bay Company, which is a fur trade company. And now it's closed majority of its stores and got bailed out by the Canadian government because they didn't want to have that on their books. Yay, Canada. So we're not like everyone else where they say we're not immigrants. Everybody's an immigrant. I was born in Canada. My parents were born in Canada, but their parents were overseas. Love the Cody, you love it? Yeah, that's a awesome tribute to Christmas. The friendly dandy blow up your own snowman so you don't have to worry about carrying the snow in the house. Fantastic idea. Okay, highlights. Publications include ongoing accumulations research 6 months high. So this is the accumulation of whale activity. So they've been accumulating it 6 months till now. They're still accumulating it. Analysts from sources like Changeley and CoinGrape predict slight upside potential. That's not a slight upside potential. So it's getting a lot of pressure from a lot of influencers telling everybody to sell SHIB. If you haven't noticed, SHIB hasn't done very well, but we have increased the volume. Have you noticed that? Anyone noticed that? So SHIB's volume has increased dramatically. And that's to be expected because the price is so low. Like right now, we are just at 30 trillion SHIB traded through the day, which is in the hundreds of millions of dollars. No problem, Cody. And thank you so much for sharing. And yes, Christmas is all about family. That's right, family. There you go, ball cap. And that's true. Cap. Kenny. So what do I do for a living? I actually work in gaming for the Alberta government. So I know a few little things that I can do that for fintech and AML. And that's why I'm able to host it, because I already know the rules and regulations when it comes to raffles and cryptocurrency. As long as it doesn't have any governance, like Bitcoin, we can host a raffle in Bitcoin. But because Bitcoin's so huge, But what would be the point of it, right? The whole point of hosting a raffle in Bitcoin is to give money back to the people in Bitcoin. I don't. It may fly. I doubt it because you'd have to go and talk to a lot of people that are heavily invested in Bitcoin, like Michael Saylor. Oh God, Joey's in the house. Mass love shout out to Joey. Abby's in the house. Mass love shout out to Abby. And thank you so much, Abby. And Merry Christmas to Joey. Merry Christmas to Abby. Merry Christmas to Yumoto. Okay, so we don't. Okay, Yumoto. I love predictions, but we can't predict SHIB. If we could, I would tell everybody that sell, mortgage your house to the hilt and buy something. But we can't do that on this channel. We can't do that, period, because we'd have to have a massive catalyst for SHIB to prove to you that it's actually going to go through the roof. The only thing I can tell you is SHIB is reducing its circulating supply, Yumoto, and increasing the amount of demand would eventually come forward and pay it forward to you in spades. Abby. You're so excited, Abby, for Christmas? What are you getting? Or did you get a boyfriend, Abby? Bitcoin shall set you free. Noah Floods. So, Noah, you'll have to explain to everybody why Bitcoin will entice the entire world into making them extraordinarily wealthy, considering that SHIB is so small, you can afford a lot because it's only, like $7 US. $7.50 US buys you what? Well, it's actually $70 and $7, not $70, $7. Hold on to your party hats. Yeah, $72. $7.20 buys you 1 million SHIB. It's been a long time. That's right. I'm here. Ariola, mass love shout to Ariola, our Filipino girl. Oh, what was that? I'm selling my family, Abby? Oh, you're seeing your family. Happy dinner. Oh, that's awesome, Abby. Ariola, I'm busy. And massive love shout out to Ariola. And Merry Christmas. I did dye my hair. No. What it is liquidity pools for Bitcoin. So what happens is you have a bunch of high industrial shorting going on in Bitcoin to bring it down. And then, of course, they have to buy in when they do a short squeeze. So when you get a short squeeze, it's when people are buying more than the short allows. So then what happens is everybody gets liquidated that is trying to short Bitcoin. Undye your hair. Yeah, well, there you go, Uzier. And everybody that has a family, massive show to you, by the way. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you and your family and friends. Absolutely loved it. Love auto racing. Who doesn't love auto racing? Auto racing is fun. It's not fun to watch in the stands. as it is to watch it home on TV. I sat down and watched 3 race cars, and the smell, like some people like it, I'm not a big fan. King Fan 67, massive love show to you, by the way, and Merry Christmas to you. My cat's doing great. If you watched the previous videos, you would have seen her. She was down in my lap. What's that, Cody? Yeah, I'm doing all right. Doing all right, Cody. Cody, oh my goodness, brother. So our prayers and our love is going to go out to Cody for fighting cancer. We love and adore Jason Cox, and massive love shout to him, of course. Awesome, Abby, way to go. That's awesome. Yes, anytime you can buy your pet a new thing for Christmas and Moto, I hear BTC needs. Joey, is SHIB doing good right now? It is just doing. That's why everybody should be paying attention to the news and what's actually going on. There's a lot of influencers trying to get everybody to sell their SHIB. There's a lot of things going on. Whales are accumulating more. They want more SHIB. There's also, they're taking their SHIB. So they're buying it and then they're putting it on decentralized exchanges through trust wallets. They're pulling it off of exchanges and putting it on DeFi wallets or cold storage or ledgers. So please be aware of that. Body cancer? Zero, you have jobs that have no vacation. Can't relate. Water Runner, massive shout to you. And Merry Christmas to you. Soul Goodman of Snox. Won't beat on the joy. It won't beat on joy. Ball cap, love it. I'm trying to. Cody. Well, our prayers are going to go out with you, Cody. I'm glad I wasn't just. Ouch, Joey's in the house making waves. Joey, going down like the dirty dog you are. Laugh out loud. Well, he likes to talk a big game. He likes to rattle your cage. I like that about Joey. He's awesome. Let's go to Europe. Sounds like a plan right there. Sounds like a plan. I need to go check out Spain. US better? All right. So we'll get back into SHIB because I know how much you guys love SHIB. Defending support. Okay, so we talked about this before. I don't know if anyone was paying attention or not. James! Merry Christmas, James! Love it, leave it, and say hello at the door. So, for all those that haven't subscribed to the channel, like and subscribe, please. Follow along as we dare to explain SHIB to the world. So, there's a couple things that you have to need to know about SHIB. It's in the top 25 cryptocurrencies, top 25 cryptocurrencies throughout the world. I wouldn't say it's the best. I would say it is one of the oldest. And for that, it has a lot of history. And it's just too much to pass up. So for anyone that wants to get a cruise and start going through the islands and like Ireland, Greenland, Iceland, Finland, Sweden, Norway, Germany, and take the train, go all over Europe. I highly recommend it. Get to know your history, because that's where we're from. Majority of us, that's where our families are from, is Europe. So, is it the best continent? It is the most reliant continent, because it has a lot of history in there, and I think that people would appreciate everything more when you look at Germany, you look at Austria, France, Spain, Greece. Greece is gorgeous, by the way, everybody. Turkey, Istanbul, Kazakhstan, Poland. Right now, the Ukraine is under fire, so I wouldn't recommend going there. But Spain is gorgeous. UK, of course, right? The motherland. Turkey's more like Asia, granted, but it's in the Mediterranean. Yeah, Kazakhstan is Asia. That's right, Joey. Thank you so much for giving us a geographic. Right, so yeah. So, but Greece is in there. You got Italy, France, Singapore, James Singapore. See, there you go. It's random question, but we'll. Okay, so the inflatable snowman came from Walmart. For all those that want to know. His big fight C word, Cody, got body cancer. Narrating, empowering, rallying, SHIB initializations, bone chilling, yes. Positive, electrifying. Yes, because we're in the frozen depths of December 2025. The shadow fell across SHIB Empire. I love SHIB Empire. We're not quite an empire when we only have 1.5 million holders, but we're climbing back up to where we were before on September of this year. So we're back up to 1,550,000 on the Ethereum. Yeah, 1,550,281 currently. Wall holders. Okay, so on Crypti, hasn't changed at all. Crypti, there's just as many people selling as there is buying. So on Crypti, we have 2,894,539. We were at 2.896. We lost 2,000 wall holders on Crypti. Canadian Tire have to. Well, the one thing that I did learn is scarcity is better than value. A lot of people relate scarcity better than value. Because if you devalue the dollar, everybody knows what devaluing the dollar means. It means you're printing more money than you're making. So what you're doing is you're robbing Peter to save Paul, and Paul's starving. But so is Peter. But you're moving one set of funds over for Paul and keeping some for Peter. So how does that work with SHIB? Well, that works similarly, but not quite, because SHIB is scarcity. If we add value to it, because devaluing the dollar and then adding value to something means that we're reducing the supply and we are getting more and more adoption. So the more and more adoption we get, the better we are. So first and foremost, the best is adoption. We all agree on that. Everybody should be piling into SHIB, absolutely, but we can't tell everybody to do it because that's not what we're about, right? We're about educating everybody so they can make an informed decision on their own. So that's the whole purpose of this, and to keep the news relative to what's going on in the world. So we'll get through that. And Manuel, massive love shout out to you. Greetings from Uganda. Merry Christmas to you, Uganda. Merry Christmas to you. Amen. Yeah, you. Massive love shout out to Africa, the whole continent, right? Kenya, South Africa, the Congo, Madagascar. Massive love shout out to you. Massive love shout out to everybody in Africa. So Ivory Coast, where we get our cocoa to make chocolate. We also get it from the Philippines, by the way. The only thing is with the Philippines is it's hard to make there because it is so warm that the chocolate just melts. We brought chocolate there from Bulgaria, from Brazil. It all melted on the plane. So when they got it, they were actually just licking it off of the tin foil that we got for them, which was absolutely fantastic to watch them eat. For all those that don't know about different places. And massive love shout, of course, to the Philippines. Massive love shout to Australia. Massive love shout to Asia. Massive love shout out to North America, South America. And massive love shout to Antarctica. We wouldn't leave them out of anything. And anyone who hasn't checked out the simulations on the website, please do so. Those simulations are for businesses. So it categorizes each business $3,000 in goodwill taxable benefits. Of course, you cannot use the $3,000 all at once. I know everybody's like, ooh, they can use it all at once. No, they cannot. They have to break it down on a daily basis. Keep your receipts, $8.22 on a separate receipt. It could be coffee, it could be donuts, it could be anything. Keep that receipt. Use that as helping your employees out or helping out your fellow man. And then buy SHIB with $8.22. Do the AI simulations and show the model which works best for your organization. Whether at 90% you're holding SHIB or 10% you're reducing the circulating supply or 20% reducing the circulating supply, holding 80%, 70% holding, 30% reducing, and all the way to 60-40. Okay, so find out which one works best for your organization. And yes, it's a taxable benefit that you can claim later on. And it gives you another taxable benefit that no one else is going to talk about except for me, and that is the service tax. So when you go to sell your SHIB, you get to write that off against all that you've purchased with SHIB reduction. So one offsets the other. Now, of course, it's not going to be anywhere near the offset, just so you know. But you're able to write off whatever it is that you purchased the dead-end wallets with. You got to keep those receipts, those numbers, because you'll have to prove that to the IRS or to the CRA or to whomever. There is another way to do it, and if you haven't watched the other videos, we do share that information with everybody so that everybody can follow along and see what that's all about for those that hold the business. Okay? Because you can write that off as research and development, under educational purposes through your work ethic, pro processing, and you write that off. That's how you write that off. We're writing a book based on that information. So if everyone wants to take part and see what that's all about, we can. And massive love show to everyone again for Christmas. If you haven't hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you do so so you can stay up to date on what's going on. What is the okay? What's the type? Goodies. Interesting Zier. Okay, so SHIB is only 5 years old. SHIB's only 5 years old. Mickey Mantle, it took Mickey Mantle 20 years before people finally realized it's actually going to be worth something. So think about it that way. SHIB won't take that long. I'm hoping it doesn't take that long because it's a global phenomenon. And it has the exact same characteristics as Mickey Mantle, Bobby Hall, and naming any number of cards that fall in the same suit, right? So what's going to happen eventually? Everybody's going to start piling in SHIB eventually. Because why? Constantly adding value or constantly being scarce. Okay, so there's more scarcity added into the world, which drives up demand. So if it drives up demand all the time, again, if you looked at the scenarios, go through them, and you go through the raffle scenarios, because it's the best one, how would you like to double your money every single day? Daily to chilling. Can you just... Interesting, Dilly. So, if you have a problem with water and you want to conserve your water, brush your teeth with a cup. Shave with a cup of water, right? And then, of course, you have to rinse your face off because you're going to have hair follicles all over the place. So, those that need to save water, that's a pretty good idea. Another way to save water is jug your water, right? So, we do that all the time here. We fill up our jugs with water and then put them in the fridge so they're cold later. But anyway, that's getting away from SHIB by a massive scale. You're the Potato King? Well, Merry Christmas to you, computer is. Maybe it's worth a watch now. Good question. We've danced with the we've danced with the death cross, and we're pursuing a higher notation. We're going up higher from the death cross. We are at the lowest point we've been since 2022, people. So if you haven't noticed, yes, I'm here, Joey. Okay, so for those, Joey, and this is important, you can transfer your SHIB to anywhere you want. So if you cash it out, because it'll have I want to withdraw my funds, you withdraw your funds, and it's going to be in euros because you're in euro, that's in euros. So it's going to go back into euros. Okay. If you just want to do a straight transfer to your bank account, it's going to kill your wallet because you want to empty it all out or sell a portion of it back into your fiat currency. Once it goes to your fiat currency, it's going to go back in your bank account. Okay, unless you want it held in euros or USDT or USDC or DIA or an exchange that works for you. So a stable coin, which is what we highly recommend that everybody do so that it avoids tax codes. Because if you transfer it into a stable coin, your money's safe. But it's not safe on the exchange. But then you can transfer it to wherever you want. Potatoes are horrible. See, that's Joy again. It's okay. I'm sorry, bud. You can't say stuff like that. You can't say stuff like that. I'm very, very sorry. Merry Christmas to you. And love from your family. And we appreciate everything that when people come on here. And we don't appreciate crazy, but we do appreciate people coming on here and sharing. And that's one thing we absolutely do. There you go. Exactly. Be very respectful. Always be respectful and mindful of others. Okay? But stuff like that will get you banned. Saying stuff like that. You just can't say that. It's a very bad thing to say on any platform. Never mind this platform, but anyone's platform. And our love goes out to you. And of course, we're going to pray for you. It's absolutely, it's in our best interest to pray for people like you. It just keeps us proud of being on the air and live for everybody. And we wish you all the very best. And hopefully you can be positive during this time of the year. I know that not everybody is positive during this time of the year because they're either alone or they don't celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah or any holiday statures going forward. My son's right here. Want to say hi, Aiden? He's walking around aimlessly. Yeah.
Hello.
That's Aiden. I'm excited to see the faces at Christmas. I don't know about you, but watching your kids or other kids open gifts is just the best feeling in the world, right? The future opening gifts is absolutely awesome. So hi and bye, right? Yeah. So Joy, there's my son. He just got his teeth fixed, and I got mine done. I'm still suffering. Let's start with the narrations, empowering rally. Aiden's adorable. He's just absolutely adorable. He's not with it a lot of the times, and you got to give him time to think of what you're asking him because he doesn't get it sometimes right away. So you can't give him any more than 2 things to do at one time, and then don't expect them to be done quite the way you want it. He's always quiet, Joey. The only time he's not quiet is when he wants something. His mind's going a mile a minute. He's doing up his own coding for a game that he's trying to reinvent. Which game are you trying to reinvent, Aiden? What's that? A ghosted? A ghosted game. Whatever. I ghosted? I don't know. That's what he's working on right now. First, let's start with into the block analytics for SHIB. The latest in the chain data shows persistent whale accumulation and market volatility, obviously. Large holder net flows speaking recently. However, sentiment indicators the mix to bearish. The average transaction size is up, but overall holder concentration favors sales from smaller wallets. On-chain activity has declined, signaling reducing in network engagement. Yes, Joey, my wife is from the Philippines. Zir. He's 16, Zir. Almost same age as you. Lord Champion. When does eviction day? Eviction day for who, Lord? Who are you asking? See, such a nice thing to say on Christmas, eh? When's your eviction day? There you go. Or conviction day. Signaling point to consolidation rather than growth. Interesting concept that one is. Recent global news on SHIB paints a picture of a tough year in the broader crypto space. Yeah, because we're down 66% throughout the year. He plays Minecraft. Mine plays Roadblocks. Mine plays Minecraft too. Aiden plays Minecraft. What else do you play, Aiden? Zap it. Splat.
I don't play Splat anymore. I got tired of it.
I think he just likes that eviction word. During Christmas time, I'm like, so either he's a landlord or he's a real estate tycoon. That's how I look at that. I'm not too sure. Anyone who comes up with a narration that just says eviction day instead of Christmas day. And massive love shout out to you, and massive love shout out to Abby kicked him out. Wonder why. Sinclair got kicked out. Massive love shout out to Sinclair. Our prayers are gonna go with you, even though you probably said something rude or counterintuitive that most people would find offensive to it. Keep asking Aiden questions. Yeah. Well, you have to ask small questions to Aiden, and keep them short and sweet. The longer the question is, the chances of him paying attention gets less and less. During time. There you go. Well, that's usually what happens, right? Ball cap. It collapsed last year, ending in 2025 with losses of 10 out of 12 months. 37.3, we won't talk about that, that's obvious. Other cryptos like Bitcoin and Ethereum have mixed, relatively stronger performances. Yes, well, we've noticed that. Why is Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Doge holding on to their value better than SHIB? Anybody? SHIB is heavily influenced. That's why. So there's more scarcity that's in the marketplace for SHIB compared to the others. They're leaders in their class, right? So Bitcoin's a leader, but it's mostly a leader overall. And in order for you to see that the values of Bitcoin going down and everything going back into the alt season, you'd have to see BTC going down, and then you see money being contributed to Ethereum, ADA, XRP, Doge, and then SHIB, all the same. All the top 30 cryptocurrencies getting a massive buy-in. That's usually what it cause alt season to take off. Now, we haven't seen that. We were expecting that in October. It didn't materialize. So then we said, what happened? Right after that, we didn't get that. So everything started selling off. Saying that the crypto market is dead and everybody's shifting from crypto into stocks and bonds. And now what we have is, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this concept, but what we have is what they call short loss. Okay, so, or tax losses. So they go in and sell all their stocks that are losing. So all the losers on their portfolios, they're selling them now this time of the year. So that before the end of the year, so they can claim it as a loss against their capital gains. So what happens is there's a shift. People start selling their cryptocurrencies, they start selling their assets that aren't making any money. Now, I would agree with majority of that if it was Bitcoin, Ethereum, because they're all up there. They all have made their money, and they're trying to find out which cryptocurrencies are losing money. But for anyone selling SHIB or shorting SHIB, it makes zero sense to me. And this is just why. Okay? So think of it like a Mickey Mantle. Mickey Mantle rookie card is worth $12.9 million right now. And the kids that were playing with the cards back when, and I always use this example because I look at it the same way. People playing with SHIB thinking that they're going to make money, take money, and short it to make money. Great idea, but here's the thing: you're shorting a Mickey Mantle card, right? You're shorting something that's constantly reducing its circulating supply, and more companies figuring this out will make more and more money on your dime. So, for those that don't know, Beam in the house. Mass Love Show to you. Merry Christmas, Beam. YTR. Mass Love Show to you. What are we talking about here? Watched a few episodes of... Ball caps are on your age, Abby. Okay, so ball cap. When SHIB starts its run, this is true for everybody, okay? AI is looking into SHIB massively. But that doesn't mean that they're accumulating right now. If we start seeing accumulations, they would be consistently running their simulations in real time. And we don't see that yet because we don't see the wallet holders piling in. Once we see the wallet holders piling in, and I'm talking 20, 30 million of them, not 1 million, 2 million. It's going to be 20 to 30 million wallet holders. Now, how much is that going to create? It's going to create a scarcity, right? No. What's going to happen is it depends on how much SHIB they're moving. Remember, they want to buy it for next to nothing. BlackRock wants it for nothing. Grayscale wants it for nothing. Fidelity, again, wants it for nothing. All these organizations want you to sell your SHIB so they can accumulate all of it. They want it all. They don't want a little bit, they want it all. They're very greedy. And then when they obtain it all, they're going to reduce it. Now, why would they reduce it? Think about it this way. SHIB, bulk, remember this. SHIB, when it first was created, was 10 zeros. For $36,000. That's it. $36,000 bought you the whole 500 trillion of circulating supply. Well, I'm trying to be very focused because I want to talk about SHIB. So we could have bought the whole supply for $36,000 US. Okay? Because there's only 500 trillion available. So what would that mean? I bought it for $36,000. If I reduce 89% of the supply, what would the amount be? Almost a penny. Okay, how much money would I have made if I reduced the whole supply? 89% of it. Joey, 27. 10 zeros. That's right, ball cap. 10 zeros. So $36,000, you buy 500 trillion SHIB. Vitalik Buterin burned 410 trillion. You burn 430 trillion. How much is the supply left? It's going to go close to a penny. How much money would you have accumulated? How much money would you make on that $36,000 investment that you've done? Anybody? $70 billion. $70 billion. Now you want to double that, make $140 billion. How are you going to do it? You're going to reduce the supply again. Right. But before you reduce it, you want to leverage what you have to buy the remaining SHIB. Does everyone get that? So what are you going to do? You're going to short SHIB. You're holding SHIB. Now you want to short it. Why? Because you're not selling any of yours. So someone who's going to be selling it, that's the money you're going to be doing the reduction. Okay? So that's the whole point. We all missed out on the buy. We didn't know Vitalik Buterin was one of the contributors that was getting half the supply. We didn't know that. If everyone knew that, everybody would have piled in. And we didn't. No one figured it out because it was only a year old, less than a year old, and Vitalik Buterin got half the supply, and then he burned 410 trillion. Now we have burned over 700 billion since then. And we haven't had much of a run. We had a little bit of a run when Shibarium took a hold of it and burned 56 billion SHIB. We had a bit of a run there. We went 6 times our money. Yay! And now we're back to where we were before that burn. So if we burn 794 or 700 billion SHIB and we're back to levels we haven't seen before since 2023, 2022, what does that tell you? We have less supply, more demand because we have more Hawala holders. That means that we are strictly undervalued. That means that people aren't paying attention to what it means. Our educational platform, no one's working with us. And they don't understand it because they're continually being little children running around and playing with the cards. They're Mickey Mantle cards, right? They're just playing with them. And, of course, they're destroying them in the process. But they don't understand that. And there should be a lot more burns going on right now because right now, it would cost you less to burn it than it did before. So the whole idea of burning it is to buy it and then burn it because it's costing you less to burn it. Like the $36,000 of SHIB. Why would you burn it all? Because I know for a fact I'm going to make $70 billion on my $36,000 investment. And then I could double it again by reducing more than half the supply of it. So from 89%, it's going to go to up another 5%, right? Or 50% of that again. And then it gives me my 170 billion. And what did it cost me? 36, right? So reducing it, okay, then I get to use that money that I used to acquire it and burn it is write-off. It's a tax write-off, right? Not all of it. 50% of it or 60% of it, absolutely. But that's more than what I had when I started. Remember, when you're burning it, it's looked upon as the total supply that you have. Okay, so Joey, very good question, Joey. The reason why we do this is because we want to tell people to DCA in all the time, right? So this is just, keep in mind, it's like a Mickey Mantle card. So because it's so cheap, $7.30 right now buys you 1 million SHIB. You can treat it like a lottery ticket. And that's why we say lottery ticket. We treat it like a lottery ticket. Only buy what you want to buy but treat it like a lottery ticket. So with a lottery ticket, when you lose on a lottery ticket, what do you do with the money? What do you do with the ticket? You throw it out. It's a scam. It's a hoax. I don't want any part of it. And then you buy another ticket. Because you got a 1 in 50 million chance of winning. But you still have a chance of winning a big jackpot. Right? But you do the exact same thing with SHIB. It only costs you $7.30 to get in. What are you going to make out of that? Well, the thing is, everybody thinks of themselves, right, Joey? Everybody thinks of themselves. I'm only one person, but one person telling another person, telling another person, telling another person, 10 people, you're, your 10 people is $70 every 2 weeks. Do you understand that? You tell 30 people, 40 people. It doesn't seem like very much, but 1 million people, trust me, 1 million, that's 700, that's 70,000 SHIB buying every 2 weeks. You understand that, Joey? Ball cap, you understand that? It starts to add up really fast. And everybody in the world wants to make money. So that's what I'm saying. People don't understand it because everybody has the opportunity to make money based on adoption. And companies are going to find out about it eventually. It hasn't rang in yet because it definitely save jobs, definitely keep the lights on, definitely help their organizations make an extra $220,000 to $500,000 a year. Once they start figuring it out, one company doing it, one company, $8.22 a day, doesn't make much of a difference. But if they had a franchise of 10,000 companies, that's going to make a difference. So doing nothing, you get nothing in return. You got the exact same thing you had yesterday. Providing an educational tool for everybody to understand benefits everybody in the world. So the more you share, the more they learn, the faster we grow together. So it's not something you want to keep to yourself. This is something you want to share with the world. Because one person won't make a difference. But one person telling 10 people, that will make a difference. 100 people will make a difference. 1,000 people, even better. 1,000,000 people, exactly. They'll tell 10 friends. That's 10 million people. If you divide the numbers up, 5.3 billion people on the planet, you divide up the whole supply. Now, there's not the whole supply left, okay? There's a lot of it being held by the top 40 wallet holders in the world. Okay, they're holding on to approximately almost 400 trillion SHIB just in the top 40 exchanges. Now, they're going to tell you those exchanges only have like 10, 20% of holdings that they're trading back and forth. That's true, but that's 20, 30% that's off the markets. That's not on the regular exchanges. That's on their own exchange that they can trade back and forth so they don't have to pay Ethereum gas fees. Now, when you want to transfer that money to a different exchange, then you have to pay the gas fees on Ethereum, just so you're aware. And if Ethereum is busy, that means the gas fees go up. See your pass the SHIB down the table. So ball cap. So that's the whole point of SHIB. So you understand what everybody's trying to do is they're trying to get you to sell your SHIB so they can accumulate more. Because the whales are accumulating a lot. BTC connection. Clay! Massive shout to Clay. And Merry Christmas, Clay. Bitcoin concept. Bitcoin. Okay, everybody love Bitcoin. They've just announced today or yesterday that there's only 1 million Bitcoin left to be mined. Just over 1 million BTC to be mined. And then that's it. That's its limit. Why is that so important? Because it also means that if you're mining it, you don't have much to mine of Bitcoin anymore. So that's also going to create more scarcity for Bitcoin. Whale activity, yeah. For Clay, I say this to everybody. If you were to use Bitcoin like a lottery ticket, how much money could you possibly make over the year? You're back with my food. My food? Right now I'm completely stunfeld on eating soup. Bitcoin connection? Clay, no. You want to entice us with your Bitcoin connection on Reddit? Is it on Reddit or is it here? Chicken Noodle. Yes, Angel 40410. She's back with the food. Excellent. Excellent. So we're all going to be able to sniff it. Well, look, watch her tell us what she's eating, and then we could all salivate. Like Pavlov's dogs. The secret consensus to SHIP's predominantly bearish, with the price stuck at the downtrend and indicators like RSI's oversold theory territory without strong reversal signs. Some optimism exists around potential bounces of BTC strengthening or mere hype returns. So everybody's expecting a Santa Claus rally, but as you can tell, we are probably not going to get a Santa Claus rally until next year. Where predictions for 2026 look very bullish. Why? Because we're getting what? Stimulation checks from the United States of America. $1,770 being attributed to every single veteran. Yay! What was the announcement today? Was 10 billion? Was it 10 billion or 20 billion? 25 billion given to Americans. Free food. There we go, Abby. Again, sounds delicious. Garlic bread, yummy. Potato chowder with garlic bread. Sounds delicious. And thanks for sharing, Abby. That's absolutely awesome. Naji. Okay, so we're talking. This is SHIB TV. Talking about news that's happened in the last week. Because I haven't been on in a few days. Sorry about that, by the way. But I've had some dental work done. I had some dental work done today, and I helped move my mom last few days. So massive, for all those that are coming in, massive love shout out to you. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays from wherever you are, from whoever you are. Massive love shout out to Africa. We have a couple friends from Africa in. And Nuance Mijo Minjo. Welcome to the channel. This is the SHIB TV live broadcasting channel. So if you haven't noticed or haven't been aware of it, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and keep informed in SHIB, Shiba Inu cryptocurrency, digital currency. The only digital currency reducing its circulating supply, adding more scarcity to the marketplaces. So think of it this way. You have a fiat currency or a digital currency that's anyone and everyone from around the world can reduce its circulating supply. Where's the power in that? Can anyone tell me where the power is in reducing the circulating supply? Name one fiat currency that is burning or reducing the amount of exposure their currency has on the global markets. Can anyone name one? Name a fiat currency that's doing it. There isn't one. They're printing more money than they burn. To what? Add to inflation? No. It's to add to the liquidity pool so that they can increase wages, increase what? Prosperity in their country. Because the more money that's inflowing, that's circulating through their country, the more prosperity that they offer, right? No, it doesn't mean prosperity. It just means that they're spending money. The whole idea is to get companies, organizations interested in facilitating their companies or organizations within your country. So it adds to the prosperity as they create jobs for prosperity. Make sense? Everybody get that? Gold. Clay. Gold. We love gold. Everybody loves gold, right? Gold is the God's currency. Always called God's currency. Why? The only thing that stood a test of time is the gold standard. So whenever the gold standard was introduced back in 1900s, it has been an influential, but gold's always been a currency. No matter where you are in the world, gold's always been a currency. The only problem is with gold and cryptocurrencies, you can't transfer it. It's very hard to transfer, and it's very expensive to transfer. So it's not exactly cheap, and if you have gold, it's a store of value. Bitcoin's becoming that store of value too. Okay? SHIB will be that store of value because it's better than gold and it's better than Bitcoin in certain aspects. Now, of course, the market capitalization doesn't give you that intrigue. Crypto. Awesome ceiling. Yeah, thank you. You like that? Big star with the snowman? Frosty the snowman? Frosty the snowman. And if you have a birthday today, happy birthday. If you have an anniversary, happy anniversary to everybody. Love you all. And I'm wishing you all the very best. And we're talking about SHIB cryptocurrency. For all those that don't know, this is the SHIB TV. And the analytics behind SHIB, I know right now it doesn't seem like it's anywhere close to being the concept, but reducing the circulating supply by anyone and anyone from around the world. So anybody and everybody can reduce the circulating supply of SHIB. It's publicly can be done. Now, do I recommend all of us reducing the circulating supply? Absolutely not. It's only for businesses. Okay? They get paid to do it. Why would you do it? They get paid to do it. And I'll prove it to you. Okay, $3,000. Every single company, every organization throughout the world, $3,000 that they're allowed to spend. And they get tax credits towards that. 100% write off against their capital. 100% against their profits. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, Angel. So, love it. Love it. Thank you so much. Really helps the channel grow and helps everybody gain in information. And education is the number one thing that we talk about on here. You haven't heard anything in quite a while? Yeah. Well, we haven't really touched base on SHIB's news broadcasting much for tonight's broadcast, which usually the case because I get caught up into what's going on with everybody that's around in the round table talk. But we haven't been on in a while, so this is like a big update. Sundays are recap. New Shibber. Most of the people we get from this channel are not new. They follow other influencers, so like Luxside and Claybro. Yeah, so we got some fear mongering from enthusiasts and event platforms on X. There's quite a few of them. Posted labeling SHIB as dead, a scam, a corruption, bad actors, developers, influencers. Similar vibes appearing on the meme coin's decisions, trying to get people to sell their no direct Discord or Reddit threads, So that's one thing that's positive. Just on X. So all those that are Twitter fans can't say Twitter, gotta say tweet on X because now it's X. Elon Musk put out a thing. I don't know if it was Elon Musk or not, but somebody from the X account was asking about should they go back to Twitter because now it's the 2 years that they took over. They were wondering if they should go back or not. They're asking people to vote. Of course, Elon Musk's a big advocate for his name, so God knows why. So the 10 is on here for X. Found amplifier this. X echoes broader frustration with the meme. Coins lagging. Again, Captain Obvious. Nice. Influencers bashing SHIB include figures like Crime Federal. So at Crime Federal on X has nothing good to say about SHIB. TORE say 09 labeling SHIB as a scam. Nice. Dell Crypto downplaying needed influences impaired. Hype was down, overblown. Okay. And KOLs, CKOLs, for shining narratives while funding SHB development. Short position on SHB. Current data, potential features shows long short ratios leading bearish. Around 48% and versus 52% short. So we have 48% long and 52% short, with open interest around 50 million in recent findings rates negative, indicating shorts playing longs and downward pressure. Liquidations in favors long lately. So there's no clear data, stimulations or SHIBs or registrations or organizations for weeks. Okay. So there you have it. That's why we're down, is because we have a lot of the shorts shorting it, and then we have the longs only at 48%, roughly to the 52% on the short side. So that's why we have the breakdown. And eventually what happens is those shorts have to buy. So once they buy, that creates an uptick. Okay, so you get a rebound. And we're at the point of the death cross, right? So pay attention to that, very important. Now, what does that mean? It means that once it hits the death cross, there's going to be an influx of buyers. Massive buying at that time. So if you want to wait until that happens, if you have enough SHIB, you can afford to wait. That's what you do, is you wait for it and see if it breaches it. If it breaches it, you're going lower, but it won't go lower for long, right? Maybe 2 days, 3 days. I'm guessing Calgary, right? Yes, Calgary. Okay, so Abby, I cheer for Calgary Stampeders. You're cheering for the Elks and the Oilers because you're in Edmonton. Makes sense. You're in Edmonton. I'm in Calgary, of course. Stamps, go Stamps, go. You're gonna be go Elks, go. What's the Eskimos? That's right, Ballcap is the Flames. Yes. Flames and Oilers. The classic, right? I don't know who would play hockey on Christmas Day. New Year's, I understand New Year's Day because I think that's when we play together is New Year's. Boys. And for all those Flames fans out there, we did apparently win 2 games in a row. Woo! We're not the bottom of the league anymore. We're close, but we're not at the bottom. We have bad days and good days with goalies. We also have We won't get into the Flames' defense. They got to get their act together. That's all I can say. They got to get their act together. They got to find a way to take their man on the boards. They don't take their man. They let them come in. Wait, like they're too. What's the word? Hello, Jordan. Massive shout to you. What's the word I'm looking for? Too generous. Our Flames are too generous. They don't let them take the blue line. No. They let them take them all the way down to the red circle. Hey, before they step on the brakes and take them out. You can't do that. That's just, oh my God, that's horrible. That's horrible hockey. Cheer. And Merry Christmas, Jordan. Merry Christmas to you. And we've been on the air for 81 minutes. 81 minutes. And right now, SHIB is at 507166 for $7.20. Buys you 1 million SHIB. Now, Clay was talking about Bitcoin and gold. Bitcoin and gold similarities, but Bitcoin has limited supply. Gold has constant increasing supply. Now, is that much like fiat currency? Not quite, because gold is looked upon as the global currency of the world, sort of. It's understandable currency of the world. That's because a lot of it's owned by Russia and a lot of it's owned by China. So it's heavily influenced in those two countries. And of course, those two countries are the big C word, not cancer, communism. Right. So Vietnam doesn't have any gold. So, but it's communism. It's protected by the Chinese and the Russians. And so is North Korea. Communism. So all the communism countries stick together. So that's why gold's so high right now, because it's being leveraged against the US dollar, because they're hurting the Chinese government. How are they hurting the Chinese government? Anybody? Tariffs is one reason. Trump is fed up with losing money to China. They lose their industry to China. They lose all their companies to China. They lose everything to China. Right now, they're trying to get back those companies. Now, everybody's like, ooh, that's bad. All the Democrats hate it. But if they wait long enough, they'll see the absolute mayhem that's going to be created because of it. Not for the United States, because all those companies are going to come back to the United States, and then they're going to manufacture in the United States and then sell to the rest of the world. Because of the amount of buying pressure that the U.S. has over every other country in the world. There's no other country that has $31 billion or trillion-dollar market. Nobody. Not even close, right? No one has $31 trillion in GDP. There's not a single company, not a single organization, not a single country that has that much GDP. The U.S. does, because of their buying power. Now, that's huge. And they realize their buying power. That's how they're able to push on other countries. And it seems like a bully, right? But he's just doing, hey, you guys have been taking advantage of us for years, and we're the ones with all the power. You're taking away our power and giving it to other countries that sell our products back to us cheaper, because you can, because we're letting you do it for so long. And then you find out from the pharmaceutical companies, they're doing this like 200%. Asians don't pay that. Europe don't pay that. Why are they forcing America to pay it? Because they can. And they're paying the lobbyists to do it. So that's why they implement. And why is that so different from SHIB? Why is it so different from SHIB? Anybody? Nobody? So what that influence is all about is gold is constantly being mined all the time. Now, it has intrinsic value because you can actually hold it in your hand. Bitcoin, you can't actually physically hold it. But if you look at your wallets, everybody in your accounts, how many people get paid digitally now? Everybody gets paid digitally. 99% of everybody's getting paid digitally. There's only 1%, less than 1% of companies that don't pay digitally. They give you a check. There's no more checks. They got rid of the checks. They got rid of the paper. New Zealand accents is the best. I don't know. MO. New Zealand. Interesting. Abby, why would you say New Zealand accent is the best? Oh, because of the "hey mate." You know where they got that from, right? Well, New Zealand and Australia are so close together; they're like intertwined. But that's all from the Europe, all from UK. Just like Canadians, when we first came over, our English was profound, right? And then we had Ireland. We had a big mix of Ireland. And of course, the Irish people speak totally different, and they speak really, really fast. So people can't understand what they're saying at all. And then we integrate those two languages together. And so then you get like run-on words. So if you're from Newfoundland, a lot of people can't understand the dialect from Nova Scotia to Newfoundland because it's so fast and that's why everybody like laughs every time they hear someone speaking from Newfoundland. But if you were to break it down, you'd say, oh, they say almost the exact same accent as in Australia, except when they say boy, it's mate, but it's the same concept, or matey, right, for women. Yeah, of course. So what says 1 cent? The 1 cent dream for SHIB, not to get too taken up with zero, but SHIB to get to 1 cent would need massive adoption, or massive adoption with burns, or burns, more concentration. But before you get to more burns, you need more adoption. So you have to have more companies buying it and then reducing the circulating supply. And we've shown that in the simulations on the website. Yes, it's on the website. It's right at the top. Well, not really at the top. It's below where the wallet holders are. Just below there, it's going to say AI simulation. You go to accumulation page, go on the top, click on the three little lines, click on that. It's going to say accumulation. Go to accumulation page. You're going to punch in there, and it's going to show you the raffle. You click on the raffle. You're going to click on parameters. You're going to go, and it's going to show you what? The circulating supply being cut. Now, if you were to do maximum, we're never going to sell maximum tickets, guys. Never going to happen. There's too many wallets that are not contributing. There's too much in holding, in other words, to get maximum. But if you could do maximum, would be 294 trillion SHIB reduced, and 294 trillion given to wallet holders. Now that we have 2,800 wallet holders, yeah, we'd have 2,800 people getting 1 billion pounds worth of SHIB. If you were to do it, then the next time we host a raffle, which would be about 10 days, 12 days after that, because now the supply is gone. We need 294 trillion is gone, and of course they're going to want to sell it. For those that are that need the money right now, they're going to sell it because it's 1 billion SHIB, or almost 3 billion SHIB that they're getting per person. So what is that going to do for them? That's going to increase their wealth, of course, and they're going to want to sell it. So once they sell it, that becomes new on the market. So if we were to actually get them to sell all of it back onto the marketplace, then we could actually sell the maximum amount of tickets again. And then it would bring down the SHIB to 137 trillion. So if you doubled it every day, you're actually adding more money to your account every single time we do a reduction. So are you doubling your money? You're more than tripling, quadrupling, 10 times, 50 times your money. Because all of a sudden, everybody starts taking advantage of the raffle. Because now the raffle is actually doing something that nothing was able to do before. Burn trillions of SHIB. every single time we host an event. So if we were able to do that, how many people would benefit from that? I would, you would, everybody would. So it's a win-win situation? Absolutely. Everybody wins in the raffle. And that's why I have a hard understanding of why it hasn't caught on yet. Because if everybody benefits from it, and everybody's going to make extraordinary sums of money utilizing it, why wouldn't they tell everybody about it? Why wouldn't they share that information with the entire world? Because everybody benefits from it. Nobody's left out. Hi, Daniel. Mass love shout out to Daniel. Happy Monday. What's up, everyone? Mass love shout out to you. And Merry Christmas. And we'll be with you on, I'm hoping, the 24th. No, I won't be on 24th because it's New Year's. It's Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve off limits. Christmas Day off limits. And I'm working. I'll be talking to everybody hopefully on Friday, so that everybody can keep track of that. Zero, you'll be back. VJR. VGR, thank you so much. Max Rogers back in the house. Thanks, Max. I've been on for 92 minutes now, Max. So want to make sure that we all get that information. And, of course, we can't give recommendations because of the new rules of YouTube. So we can't recommend anything. But we can make a slight characterization towards it. Please treat it like a raffle ticket. If you're buying SHIB and you want to get in, it's always a good time to get in. It's never a bad time to get in. Better to be in than not in at all. That's how I look at it. And I've been dollar cost averaging. I haven't sold any of it. Been doing dollar cost averaging. My whole idea is to leverage SHIB once it gets to a certain point. I think most people should be doing the same thing. Of course, you're going to take profits. You absolutely should take profits once you start making money. Abby, everybody, I love you as all. Merry Christmas to everybody. Wishing your families all the very best this holiday season. Make sure you drive safe. Stay warm, Abby. Me and you, same boat. It's roughly around minus 23, 24 right now. With the wind chill, it feels like 32. So just so that you know. And our prayers go to every single person. Wishing you all the very, very best this holiday season. So happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays. Happy Merry Christmas to every single one. Make sure we get that out there. And Max Rogers, good to see you. Thank you so much. And Abby, good night and God bless. And for me, I'm going to rock you out with John 3:16. God so loved the world, he gave his only begotten Son, our Lord Jesus Christ, your Lord and Savior, the Lamb of God, who was sacrificed for you and for every single person on the planet, not to condemn the world, but to save it. Very important. And why is that so important? Call to action, it's called the altar call, right? It's the forgiveness of sins. So that you would be one with the Father through the forgiveness of sin. The Lamb had to die for your sins so that you knew the price of your sin was death. So Jesus became that Lamb. So all you had to do is make a prayer to Jesus Christ saying, Jesus, I'm a sinner. You're humble, right? You pray. Jesus, I'm a sinner. Please forgive me of my sins. Please come into my heart and make me pure before the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. One Lord Jesus Christ. Amen. Because you recognize that Jesus died for you, that his blood was shed so that you would have eternal life in heaven. God bless you all. Now, hallelujah to everybody. Thank you so much for coming, everybody. We're going to rock you out with a good song. And wishing you all the very best. So good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from where you are in the world. Thanks, Max. Thanks, Zir. Thanks, Ball Cap. Massive shout to you. Massive shout to Abby. Massive shout to Zir. Who else was on? Massive shout to Jason Cox. VGR. Massive shout to you. Clay. Massive shout to Clay. And thank you everybody for sharing. Absolutely love it. And happy birthday and happy anniversary from everybody that's having a happy anniversary and a happy birthday. Mass love show to you. Mass love show to Leia. Mass love show to our niece, our nieces. And Merry Christmas to everybody. And good night. But we're going to rock you out. We're going to rock you out. Just give me a second. Rocking around the Christmas tree. Have a... where is it? God bless you all, and have a great and wonderful evening, afternoon, morning. Wishing you all the very best this holiday season. Drive safe, everybody. Stay safe. Peace out to every single one of you. God loves you. We love you. Take good care of each other. Amen. Goodbye.